Today we had the first in-person meeting of the Joint Development Support Committee since 2019. It was a fabulous meeting. We had a training workshop, we had reports from the regions, and this is the first time actually, Carlos, that we've had reports from the regions in the way that the reports were made, because we thought, as you know, we discussed this, that we wanted to hear from the region what it is that they're doing and how their work can impact our members, because yes, we know that as a committee, we're here to support, we're here to build capacity, but we don't want to duplicate stuff that the region is doing, right? And so listening to the regional reports today was just really amazing. I was coming down in the lift, Carlos, and you know I love to talk, right? I was coming down in the lift and I was talking with Eve. This is her first JDSC meeting. And she said, this has been the best meeting I've attended since I came here, since the meeting started. Because she said, you've covered so many different topics. There were some of them out of the box, and she was talking about Warren Merkel's presentation when he looked at, how as ABs we should interact with our national quality infrastructure, and especially how we should be present. We should be the best resource that our economies have when we're talking about mixing with our regulators, and not just our regulators, but talking with our trade negotiators. It was just phenomenal. What was your takeaway from our sessions today?
Yes, Sharonmae, I agree with you. This in-person meeting was fabulous because all the speakers share with the audience their experience, their knowledge, and it was interesting because we had the opportunity to understand different projects that the regions are doing, and we can put in practice these tips in these projects in our countries or in our regions. Second, it was a good moment to share a good experience, but not only in work, a good experience with the person, because we had the opportunity to talk in the breakfast, in the lunch, and share their contacts or their phone numbers, and maybe create a new networking and try to create a new opportunities for share the knowledge between different economies, countries, and people. It was interesting.
Another good takeaway from me from the meetings today, Carlos, is that we looked at standards, right? So we had the training workshop looking at the differences between the 2012 version of the ISO 15189 standard and the 22 version. And we had Dr. Ori Elad from ISRAC making the presentation. And he came with the experience of working on the TC, having at least begun implementing this new standard in their processes and having had one assessment done already. And the information was, it was shared in a conversational way so that the members could take away the high points. We weren't going granular into everything, but the high points were fabulous. And then we had Brahim come and talk to us about the new standard that's being developed. And some of the questions that were asked, looking at TC 17012 and comparing it with ISO 1911, members are asking, but why do we need two? And Brahim was able to explain the difference and the fact that 1911 was there to support. It's not that this new conformity assessment standard on remote auditing was going to be replacing 1911, but they weren't going to work together synergistically. And so I liked that. And then Christina was there, the ISACASCA secretary, and Christina was able to supplement questions that were asked of Ori that he couldn't answer, and or he wasn't able to answer it as precisely, because some of them related to why some elements were included in a particular way in the new 15189 standard. So the takeaway was really fabulous, and I think this is what our members like. They like to know that they come to the session, it's rich, they have a lot of information, there are a lot of takeaways, the presentations are on point, and we have excellent speakers. And I remember one member saying to me, listening to the presentations, we were awake. It's not presentations that would make us go to sleep. So I think we had a wonderful session today. And if you did not come to the meeting, I know you're going to be disappointed, but you'll be there next time, I'm sure, right? So we're encouraging you, wherever you are, plan to be at the next JDSC meeting. We will, and we did say we were going to send a poll out, because we want you to tell us what is it that you want us to train you on the next time we meet. So look out for that poll, but make sure that you're at our next meeting.
Yes, Sharonmae. Another important topic that members loves was best practices tips for accreditation bodies. It was important for all accreditation members because we have some questions about how we can increase the relationship with the authorities, how we can change the law, and what happened in the market or with the market. Some questions were answered in the meeting, but we need apply more promotion. People ask about create a brochure with some tips, and it's important because it's a big problem that all of the members have in our countries.
That's right. All right. So thank you, Carlos, and we will see each other next time. We will be at the chair together, and it's always a pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Sharonmae. Thank you, everyone, and it's my pleasure to share with you in this meeting.